What's up, you guys? International Passport here for yet another video. And in this video, I want to talk about, Australia. You know, my previous videos, I've been speaking about Europe, and I just thought, let me try something new in the meantime and give you guys the game about Australia. First of all, I just want to, tell you guys I hope you're having a great 2019 so far, and I hope that you guys have made your applications to get your passports, or if you do have your passports, you're making arrangements to get out your country, travel the world, and experience new women. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you like my videos. Make sure you comment on my videos, and make sure you share my videos around. So yeah, let's get into it. How do Australian women treat black men? Before I get into the specifics here, I want to tell you guys a story. And this story is about me when I was at university. At university a couple years back, I met this Australian lady, and she was pretty damn cute, and we spoke. We were in the same class, and we worked on a project together. And we were just talking about our background, where we were from. I was really intrigued by her accent. So, I assumed that she was from New Zealand. It was just a random guess. And then she told me that she was half New Zealand, half Australian, but she lived in Melbourne. She was from Melbourne, and that's a city in Australia. And you know what? And then we started speaking about our city and what we like about our cities, and so forth and so forth. And then she tells me that I should come down to Australia because they would love me out there. And I was like, okay, what do you mean they'll love me out there? Do you mean that I would love the architecture, the city, the people, the food? And she was like, yeah, you like that too. But I'm telling you, they would love you out there. And she really emphasized on the you. And I was like, what do you mean they would love me only? Like, I don't know what you mean by that. And she just said, just go out there to Australia. How you are now, just go to Australia. What you're wearing now, how you speak now, just go out there in Australia and they would love you. And I was just so confused. And I just left it as that. Couple years later, I go to Australia and I finally figure what she's talking about. Brothers, they are checking heavy out there for brothers in Australia. If you are an African American male specifically, if you are a black British male, they are checking heavy out there. You are going to be loved, adored, and pampered out there in Australia by Australian women. I am telling you this firsthand right now. In Australia, I saw black men with dimes. I saw black men holding hands, dating dime Australian women. It is crazy out there. I'm telling you right now, you are going to be loved and adored out there in Australia. I'm going to tell you one thing though, okay? Australian women are the most confident group of women I have ever met. They will approach you without any care. If they are intrigued by you, they will approach you. They will also ask questions that may be sensitive or you may not have seen coming. Questions like, are you good in bed? Or what's your favorite position in bed? Yada yada yada. Questions like that. So be prepared for that. They are very confident. They don't care about your feelings. They want to get an answer. Okay? And what I like about them is that they are simply straight to the point. You will get no bullshit from them. Okay? It's either a yes or no answer. There's no, oh, I'm unsure, I don't know. It's either yes or no. They really cut through the bullshit over there in Australia. Australian women, there's no bullshit with them. Okay? If they like you, and they will show that they like you. Now, when you're booking your flight to Australia, there are 4 cities which I recommend. Those are Melbourne, which I went to and that was amazing, Perth, Gold Coast, and Brisbane. Do not go to Sydney. Sydney is a tourist haven, and from what I've heard, you're not going to do well there. It's expensive. The women there, they're quite flaky from what I've heard. So you best choose those 4 cities that I recommended. That's Melbourne, Gold Coast, Perth, and Brisbane. Those 4 cities you will do well in. I did very well in Melbourne, and if I'm not African American and you are, you should probably do 10 times better than me. So make sure you choose one of those cities from the four choices I gave you. When I was out there in Melbourne, I spoke to an African American dude who was there on a holiday, and he told me that was his I believe 10th time in Australia. He kept telling to me how much he loves the country, and I asked him, if you had a choice, where would you retire? And he told me, oh man, either in Australia or Japan or Germany. So he's been around the whole world, and then he was dropping game on me, countries that are very good to black men. And he told me that he would retire either in Australia, Japan, or Germany. He admitted those 3 countries, they treat black males like kings. He was giving me all sorts of game, where to go to, and he told me Melbourne and Perth are the cities where you're going to eat very, very well. You are going to eat very, very, very well. That shit bugged me out, because it meant to me that what that girl was telling me at university was absolutely fucking true. They are checking heavy for black males out there in Australia. And I also want to tell you one thing I've noticed. African American culture and the hip hop culture is very, very big in Australia. And I also noticed one more thing. They really do love Kendrick Lamar out there. They love Kendrick Lamar. You know, the girl I was dealing with, the Australian girl I was dealing with in Melbourne, right? She took me all around the city, took me out to dinner, bought me drinks. She literally treated me like a king. And she was a huge Kendrick Lamar fan. She had all these albums, all these songs, went to his concerts, and she was telling me how many of her friends love Kendrick Lamar. It's crazy. Kendrick is big out there. Hip hop is big out there. R&B is big out there, and the African American culture is big out there. I'm not African American, so if you're an African American male, man, you are going to feast like a king. You are going to feast like a king. Okay? Man, Australia is legit. And I would advise you to hit the gym before coming down here, because you're going to want to go on the beaches there. The beaches in Australia are absolutely fucking gorgeous. And they've got some lovely dime women out there. Okay? Hit the gym before coming out here. Get your muscle game high. Okay? Hit those weights, man. Don't waste any time. Plan your trip. Get in the gym. And once you're fit, okay? Come in the beaches, man. The women out there will be checking for you heavy, okay? When I went out there, I was getting looks from women out there. I'm talking 8s, 9s, and 10s on the beach. I got approached numerous times. Where are you from? Oh, what's your fitness regime like? And I took it from there. It was that easy, guys, man. Which is why I tell you, hit the gym and dress nice, okay? Don't come out here wearing hoodies, man. You need to drop that. Come out here, wear a nice shirt, a nice fitted shirt, a nice fitted trousers, some nice shoes, hit the gym. Make sure, they can see your muscles, man. I'm telling you, and you will do so well. Get a nice haircut, walk confidently. Man, it is so easy. You will have your pick of ladies. No, it won't be like in your country where you're gonna have to, do what you can and take whatever woman that's available to you. Nah, man. In Australia, you are going to have your pick of women, and they're gonna be 8s, 9s, and 10s. They're gonna be slim, thick, skinny, nice weight, whatever you like. You have your pick. It is wonderful out there in Melbourne. Let me warn you now, when you go to Australia, you are going to be the center of attention, depending on how you dress. If you go out there wearing a suit, dressed nice, all swagged out, you are going to get checked out. There will be a lot of stares coming your way, okay? Because like I said before in my previous videos, when women stare at you, they're trying to figure out whether you are an African migrant or African American. For me, I made sure I dressed nice, and I got a lot of stares. And I was actually in the shop once, and one Australian woman, quite young, very pretty, just kept staring at me, and it got a bit weird. And eventually she approached me and said, "Are you African American? Are you from America?" Guys, it was that easy, man. And I was like, I told her I'm not from there, I'm actually British. And she was like, "Oh wow, I've never met a British guy before, or a black British guy before." And we went on from there. It was that easy, guys. I'm telling you, okay? Make sure you go out there dressed nice, and you will eat. Also, let me make you aware of one thing as well. Out there in Australia, Melbourne specifically, there are lots of Asian women out there. You have Chinese, you have Korean, you have Vietnamese, and you have Filipinas out there. And in my experience, from what I saw out there, those Asian women are checking for brothers harder than the Australian women out there. Even more so, much more so. I could not believe it. They are really checking for us out there. Okay? So if that's your type, Asian woman, you would definitely eat in Melbourne. Okay, I'm just making you aware right now. From what I saw brothers, with a lot of them. Okay? And I got approached by 2 Australian Asian women out there as well. Okay? And one of them was Korean and the other was Filipina. Alright guys, I hope you've taken my advice on board. Definitely put Australia down as one of the countries you want to visit in 2019. You will have a great time out there. They are checking heavy. It's a beautiful country. Melbourne is a beautiful city. Go out there and enjoy yourselves. If you like this video, make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you share and drop a comment if you want to. A lot more videos coming your way this year. I am going to give you guys a scoop on countries, on topics. Okay? All right, take care guys, and I'll see you next time. See ya.